Boys and girls, in order for you to experience today's presentations, lighting in the ballroom will be reduced. We recommend for your own safety and convenience that you remain in place during the presentations. And now, the Lake Buena Vista Historical Society welcomes you to RetroMagic. Please welcome the president of the Lake Buena Vista Historical Society, Todd McCartney.
Good evening. Wow, we got another RetroMagic, and I got 2 mics going. One, two. Okay. Think we got it. I'm so glad to see everybody here again. Bigger crowd, and this is an extra special RetroMagic because tonight is EPCOT 40. Tomorrow, EPCOT turns 41. So you get EPCOT 41. We have some things to run through. We want to go and tell you about what you got in your grab bags and some surprises that we have. But before we get started, as always, I have to introduce the rest of the board. From Ohio, Mr. J.T. Kucher.
Hi, Todd.
You excited?
Yes, I'm here. I made it. You guys been here all week. I just got here like 2 in the morning, so I'm dead tired. I'm ready to go. I'm excited.
J.T.'s doing a special project.
Special project.
We're going to talk about that in a couple minutes.
Yes.
But let's get Mr. Hal Bowers from Tampa, Florida. And you've been busy as well with all the artwork and putting this together.
Yeah.
You've had a lot to do.
It's the to-do list that never ended. And it kept growing for you.
It did get bigger. And as always, coming in from the city of brotherly love, Mr. Brian P. Miles. So before we get started with a couple of things about what we're doing over the next day and a half here, we thought we could go through, I'm going to let Hal take the slide and a few others, about what was in your grab bags and how that all came to be. Because there's probably some of you in the audience are saying, what is that robot? What is that sticker? So we have prepared a little slide here. So it should move along. There we go. So yeah, digging into their bags a little bit.
So when we started to think about our giveaways, I mean, you'll see a common element. So EPCOT came out in 1982, tomorrow. And so we wanted to make the most 1980s things that we could as part of your giveaways. And Brian said, we gotta have couple stickers. So thank this gentleman for starting it. So I look back at all of the 1982 to like 1984, especially the obscure characters at EPCOT that we all love. And so we've got the dinosaur from the Universe of Energy, of course Buzzy, Jason from the Living Seas. He's the robot who, the real Jason went and discovered the Titanic, so just a couple of months afterwards. Of course, we have the Derbucher from the bookshop in Germany, who I always loved. Now I can't remember if that's Giro or Gyro, the robot from GE. But we did find out.
I'm looking at Michael Crawford to figure out. I can never tell you.
You can never tell. All right. And then from the Mexico Pavilion, actually I don't know. I guess he's as Quetzalcoatl, the god. And then of course from Norway, the oil rig guy. Because he's always the favorite.
Rig guy.
The oil rig guy. That's the official term.
Tony, tell us the other night who that was supposed to be.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, wasn't it? It was James Christensen. Is that his last name? James Christensen, the muralist that painted that mural. That was his like, yeah. And I could have the name. Of course, the newsboy from Extra, you are doing from Spaceship Earth, because when he had a face that you would see. From Horizons, the moon with the rocket in his face.
Or Eric Idle.
Of course, from World of Motion, the guy that pops out of the manhole cover with fruit on his head, because that's important. One of the people of the world, and then Bird and Robot, which was one of my favorite shows from World of Motion, from the Trans Center. Mr. Broccoli from Kitchen Cabaret. Yeah. And the last one. I feel like everybody should know him, but they don't know. Yeah. There, look, Shrill. I suppose you'll be wanting this.
Roller coaster guy,
It's
right?
from the computer coaster. He was the beaver that led you through the touchscreen as you made your roller coaster. So, all your favorite obscure characters from A to F. For your lanyards, I loved the film straps, the camera straps that they made a name to. I wanted to replicate that. I just figured we would 4-color print it flat. But Todd here is like, oh no. We're gonna make this woven. Because it's not, it's
Well, for our next mailbag, I want pictures of your work with your work IDs. That's what I'm
And then the badge is actually based on one of the early test tickets, a magnetic ticket that they used, I think, just for a year or so here at EPCOT Center. So as it's based on a real thing, we just converted it over for your media tonight. And then our last gift, very timely one, is this watch based on the Dreammobile. I should say dream-catching movie. All right? No, I was just looking at the official nomenclature guide yesterday, so I did it all and I forgot. So, as you can see, the backside of the strap is based on the catching, the bag that holds the stuff in the carton. And then the center is based on the actual dial section underneath the magnet. And then we kind of messed around with it a little bit so you can actually tell time with it, because the first one was broken up into 5 pieces, and that's no good for telling time. And then the front is that tube section that like gets the ideas and stuffs them into the bag. So, and that artwork in the back, I believe, is a Tom Morris original that I copied. So I took his blueprints and then copied it in Illustrator. We'll talk about how I did that, because I tried to be very true to how he did it. I didn't use modern vectors. I like did it in the old school way, using circles, like I was writing with a circle template, but did it digitally. So thank you, Tom, for that. That was a wonderful piece to have.
And thank you, Hal, for all the artwork that you put on all the posters and the signs. We do have some art outside. There's each presentation has an opening slide done by Tony Piscaro, who's here. He's got his artwork shown over there, and there's also part by Jimmy Mulligan on display as an orange. We're going to be auctioning off a number later this year. We're busy enough with this, so afterwards, everybody who has a ticket will get an email with the details when that happens. So you can go through that art, check it out. So a couple surprises tonight. How many left EPCOT in the evening or during the day and wanted to return? You went out to the turnstiles?
It's like the old planning videos. It's like, go to the water park, cool off.
Right, when it's,
Yeah.
exactly, and you had to show something. So, if you'd like to partake, on your way out tonight, you can get your hand So tomorrow there'll be people at the door with the special UV lights. So,
And go to a park and ride a dark ride, and then like in your hand.
all right, we have one last thing here before I know Brian has some housekeeping. Do you want to do the housekeeping now? Okay. Project Glow World. I had an idea. Hal had an idea. We all came together and had this great idea. We said, could we do this? And Hal says, until you show me you can do it, let's not do it.
Right. If we can't do it right,
Then don't do
there's
it.
no way to do it.
So, we set out to do something. Some of you probably already saw it. That's a lot of people already saw it. But for those of you that haven't, we have a little video. This is a preview. We said it way back at EPCOT 35. We said we bought the fountain back. The rainbow corridor is here. It's across from Centurion. You can visit. It knows you want selfies, so please take it. But it's been a long time putting it together, so I'm glad to bring it back for you.
So the Centauri was on the other side of that wall. It'll be open anytime we're open, plus after the show hours for you to go in and check it out, and during the breaks. The rainbow carders across the lobby from that, and you'll be able to go in there and take pictures and walk through with or without Michael Jackson, who's standing there next to the He loved the rainbow carder, but we really owe today the rainbow carder to JT Kuchar and his family, who flew in at 2 o'clock in the morning, picked up the materials at 8 a.m. from our storage spot, and then spent until about 15 minutes before we opened the door getting it put together so that
Rob, Matt, a lot of help in that, and a lot of pictures. I want hashtag RetroMagic. That's all I want to see is rainbow tone. Nothing else. Just sweating. We all were. So thank you, Mom, Dad, Katie. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, we put some thank yous in there. There were a lot of people, a lot of volunteers who have helped put us together that are helping us execute this event. When you try to name people, you always forget people, so I don't name people. There are names in the program, and we'll certainly mention some of them afterwards. But running our floor today, you dealt with some of them as you were coming in the room, are Brooke and Stacy. So please thank them for everything that they've done. Tell everybody, be nice and be kind to them. Everybody here is a volunteer, including us. We try to make sure everybody has a great experience and that it comes off okay. Sometimes we're not always clear in everything we do because we're trying to do everything, but so if there are any hiccups, confusion as to when you got into the room tonight or anything like that, we apologize, but we're all here now. We're all going to have a great time. Right? Yes?
My wife and Tomlin, my son, over there checking everybody in, so please give them a round of applause.
Two last things. I have a bell here that's going to go back on the tables. There are 4 tables on the side. Is where our Imagineers, our stage presenters will appear, etc. What has happened in the last events is we get up here and there's a panel going on, and one of the Imagineers, one of our honored guests, is sitting over there. And a perfect example from the first one is we showed everybody the ornaments we did, and one of the ornaments was the Imagination Ride Vehicle. And Tom Morris was like, "Oh, I worked on that. It's part of my design." And at the end of the event, we told people at some point from the stage. And everybody was lining up to have Tom sign their ornaments. So there was like a line of 15 people, 20 people deep with the ornament. So sometimes we say things, or guests up here say things, and there's one of those folks over there that has something to add. So I said to Todd, what if we had like a buzzer, where one of them over there could just ring it and say, wait, I can add to that story for some context to that they know something. So that you get all the information before you leave. So if you hear and we stop, somebody over there is going to be recognizable. Run over Phil Donahue style with a microphone. And let them contribute whatever they have to contribute. Other than that, we're going to exit the stage so that Todd can start here with Ted Lenehart. And sit back, relax, and leave the driving to us, everybody, okay?